Sorry about that, guys. Some like fucking weirdo kept posting stupid GIFs. And I tried to delete them and instead I shut off my stream. So I'm sorry for that. I really am. Come on, right eye. My right eye's been watering so bad. It has been next to impossible to wear makeup. Maybe I just do something natural today then. Since, like, that wants to be a dick. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe it's what I do. I don't know. You guys tell me. It's very annoying. What happened? I tried to ban some weirdo that kept posting a GIF with a kissy thing, and instead it shut off my whole stream. And I'm thoroughly annoyed. Thoroughly annoyed. I was like, this guy is fucking annoying. You guys saw him. It was like 80 GIFs of kissy faces. So it looks like if I stream earlier and not at the same time slot, I might have broken some algorithms slightly. So, whatever. Guess we'll do that. Dude, those cookies I ate were so good. Little VDL. And I have zits all over. So, let's use the spot treatment from Skin So Soft. There we go. Because I have some sugar shit going on my face. I don't regret anything, though. I needed all that sugar. So my mother-in-law's coming in town for a long time. She's coming for like a whole week. So that should be interesting. I actually really like her. And I told my husband, because we were talking about like family, hanging out with people. And he's like, even if we lived right on top of our family, he's like, you would only see them once a week. And he's right. Like, I am really, I don't want to say reclusive, but I'm a loner. I always have been. Like, I am a loner. And I think a lot of people try to make you feel bad about it. Does that make sense? Like, instead of being like, oh, you're someone who, you know, likes alone time. Like, they try to bash you for being someone who likes alone time. So, I am okay with it. I am okay with being alone. I am okay with, it's like time to recharge. So I can go hang out with a big group, but then I need to dodge you for a little bit and be alone for a little bit. By the way, that huge sale is still going on in my store, and I believe tomorrow it will be over. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. So if you guys were trying to get all that money off all those products, up to 75% off, and you're like, I'm just going to wait until after the sale to ask Adrienne about the sale, because I'm telling you, my customer's favorite thing is to hear about a sale, watch the sale happen for 2 weeks, wait until the sale is over, and then contact me and ask, so, what about that sale? I no longer, I hate being guilted into things doing things I like to be invited, but just don't get mad if I don't show up. I have done some things in my life that led to me being so fucking miserable. And it's never for me. It's always for other people. And then I realized something. And my husband helped me realize it, and he's not wrong. Do any of these people put themselves on the line and make themselves horridly uncomfortable for me? And that was like jumping in ice water. The realization that they never did. It wasn't like they sometimes did, or give and take, and I would do it and then sometimes they'd do it back. It wasn't even like some balance to it. It was nothing. It was I spent all the money. I booked all the flights. I did all the traveling. I did all the driving. Me, and I was like, wait a minute. And then I didn't feel so bad about not doing it all the time. So I used to go to my hometown of Chicago, Joliet, like 2-3 times a year. Do you know how much that costs? To travel 2 to 3 times a year to see your family? I mean, it's a lot. And now I live at, Glacier National Park Airport, and it's unbelievably expensive. It's like a 3-gate airport. Everyone's trying to get in here. Everyone's trying to see Glacier. The flights out of here are absurd. I remember when I flew onto Timcast, and the greatest part was they paid for my flights. And it was taking them forever to book. So I reached out to them and I'm like, it's okay if you guys are having second thoughts. Like, I get it. There's way bigger guests than me, and that's a lot of money. And they laughed. Because I was like, I know why you haven't booked anything. And it's because you're like, I don't know if this bitch is worth this. And I'm cool with that, because I also slightly agree with you. I don't know if she's worth that. Always doing the travel to see my family too. Get tired of it. You putting out all the time to see your family. Then don't. I get it. I love my loved ones. But then when like Christmas, I started having Christmas here. I live thousands of miles away, right? But then I don't go home for Christmas. Everyone's like, where are you? Why aren't you here? I'm like, well, because it costs thousands of dollars to be there. That's why. Thousands. Because I can't just fly there. Let's just say it's $1,000 for flights for just me. I have to bring my husband. Remember him? Yeah, we're married. So then that's like $2,000. Then we see people. What happens when you see them? It's time to buy everyone presents. So I did the math and I'm like, oh my God, if we go out there, we have to buy everyone presents. We have to do this. We have to do that. It's a lot. And I was like, why don't we just visit when it's not Christmas? And then we don't have to fucking spend all this money on like gift cards. Like, seriously. If the travel wasn't what it was, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Like, it's not like I just live down the street, but dude, everyone's like, oh, you don't need to give presents. Do you know what it feels like when someone hands you a present and you don't have one back for them? It's not a good feeling. Everyone lies and says, oh, your presence is presents enough. No, it ain't. Everyone looks at you like you're some cheap motherfucker when you don't have no present for them and they give you a present. That is some bullshit. And everyone knows it. Let's see. I'm going to do some really light makeup today. So I'm going to go here on my Essential Eyes palette. That is bullshit. You don't need to bring any presents. That's what, to visit non-peak days to save money. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Right? Just go when, things aren't so bad. And plus, like, in my camp, there's a lot of estrangement. That really puts a cog in the wheel, like there's a wrench. Someone threw a wrench in the wheel of life when half the people haven't talked to each other for years. Spend thousands of dollars to come hang out with people who haven't spoken to you in 4 years. What? Like, that's weird. And then people are like, well, why haven't you come home? I'm like, well, half y'all don't talk to me no more. Orange man's so bad, ostracize your own family. Like that has happened all over the country. You guys tell me that all the time. Y'all roll in here and you're like, I voted for Biden. I live in Alabama and everyone hates me. I'm like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Merry Christmas. My whole family's pro-MAGA, but usually it's not that way. Usually it's the other way. Because you're a Nazi, KKK, white supremacist, homophobe, transphobe, baby killer, puppy murderer, all this stuff if you didn't vote for Joe Biden. That's usually how it goes. If you don't fall to your knees and worship at the throne of Joe Biden, you are definitely a Nazi from Indiana Jones. That is you. That's you. That's what you do. You Indiana Jones Nazi. All right, let's put some gold all over my eyes. It's going to be pretty. I'm assuming it goes the other way. Am I crazy, guys? Do you know of anyone whose family has ostracized the Biden supporter? Domestic terrorist. Yes. I'm just curious. Because, I don't really give a shit. I have friends that voted Joe Biden proudly, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Enjoy your $900 groceries. Sure. Too expensive to fly. You can't even go into Glacier anymore. They have a lottery at the beginning of the year to win tickets to even go in there. And no one who lives here who pays taxes, we just have to look at it while you guys are like, oh my God, I'm from California. I'm here in your state to take the most beautiful thing for me. Not you, it's all me. And that's what this is. Imagine if you lived uninvited from a wedding and family reunion because we weren't. Well, that's happened with us. We couldn't attend things. Because everyone was like, we want your medical records. How many times has a gynecologist touched your little hoo-ha? I'm like, get the fuck away from me. You guys are psychotic. I'm not sharing, even if I am vaccinated, I'm not sharing it with you because of the fucking principle. Fuck you. That's how I felt. I'm like, this is unnerving. This makes me uncomfortable. Have you been to the proctologist this year? I need to know if a finger was in every male's butthole, and you have to bring proof that the finger would do. What is wrong with you people? Get away from me. I don't like that. I don't like it. Thank you, invasion of privacy. So on principle, I said, whether or not I am is a moot point. I'm not proving it to anyone over there. So have a good celebration. And fuck yourself. No, I'm not going. Isn't that sad? And here's the whole thing. It didn't stop the spread. But the TV lied to me and I believed everything and I believe anything anyone tells me as long as it's on that there TV. I'm like, dude, oh my gosh. So then fast forward and we find out that science was not accurate. It was just stupid. I felt like it was very abusive and a way to bully people into doing things they didn't want to do. If it was a flesh-eating disease and people had flesh falling off their face and shit, I'd be like, that's okay. I get that. Y'all are yo, if you come here bringing that ED bacterial flesh disease where suddenly our noses are falling off, that's a problem. That's how everyone pretended it was. They pretended it was that fucking bad. And in the beginning, for 2 weeks I sat camped in this house it's go time, baby. I don't know what this is, but I ain't about to fuck around and find out. I'm staying here. But then when I realized people were walking around for the most part, oh, but they glorified the 5 people, so we have to worship the 5 people dying and only focus on them and not care about all the other people who aren't dying. Oh, I have to focus. No. Everyone gets pneumonia. Do we have news crews chasing the ones that die and then ignore everyone else that gets better? No, dude. I was like, there's something imbalanced here. That shit woke me up, and I'm really happy it all happened. It really woke me up, you guys. I was a Democratic voter my whole life. I didn't hate Republicans. I wasn't like those psycho Democrats that are like, oh, Republicans are evil and bad. Bigots, terrible people, we all know them. We all know them. And there's Republicans that way too. I fucking hate people like that. I'm sorry. You are an asshole. I cannot with that. I grew up with it. No, my first boyfriend of 4 years. Republican family, and I was a Democrat family, and people I knew were like, how could you date such an evil? And I'm like, what? Like, dude, we're kids. His parents are dumb. They vote this way. They're so ignorant and stupid. I'm like, you are all bigots and assholes. Like, who acts this way? I'm sorry. This isn't like the Chicago Bears versus the Packers. Like, get over yourselves. Y'all are weird. I had a friend come visit me. Now, this is Montana. And she lives in LA. And she came in the airport where no one was wearing masks, and she had this mask on. And we went outside, and she still had it on. And I'm like, dude, you're in fucking Big Sky, man. There's like a person every 70 miles here. One of the biggest states in the country with only a population of 1 million people. Why are you wearing your mask? And she looked at me and she's like, I'm just so used to it now. Though I won't lie. There was a part of me that kind of liked masks because I got to hide for the first time in my life. Instead of people chasing me around, didn't we go to school with each other? I know you. Didn't you date my cousin's little brother? I know you. Stop. I'm going to bother you every second. I have to figure out where I know you. Oh my God, I know you. Oh, stop. Like, that's my life. I went to school with you. Didn't you fuck little Johnny? Didn't you date my cousin? Don't I know you? Didn't you go to preschool with me? If you lived my life, you'd be like, holy shit, everyone went to school with me and they want to pin me up against a wall until they figure out which school and where. That's my life. Because people can't put their finger on where they know me, so they're convinced I dated someone they knew, that they knew me in some bygone era, and they will not take no for an answer. Did you grow up in Ohio? No. Are you sure? I'm positive. I just know. Every moment I look at you, Ohio, that's you. I'm like, no, dude, no. And I don't want to say I was on TV. I was on TV. That's where you know me. TV. Because I feel like it's, thank you, Scott. Thanks. Yeah, no one knew that until you said it. I'm so glad you did. Because without Scott, we'd all be lost. I actually won top model before I met my ex-husband. Believe it or not. But that's my life, is people chasing me around. So there was a time I wore those fake masks that you can breathe through. They're really breathable. And I was like, you know what? I am kind of cool with the no one stopping me to figure out if I went to high school with them. Because I didn't. And I'm too embarrassed to say you know me from TV. Because if I say that, then it gets real weird. Then, ooh, a celebrity. And they don't even really know you. So then it gets really weird. It doesn't end there. I was on TV doesn't stop the weird questioning. You know what I mean? I'm like, wait a minute. So I just don't say anything, and I hope that they stop asking where they know me from. I think maybe they'll stop. No, sometimes people just stop and they're like, oh, dude, I loved you on Top Model. And I'm like, thanks, man. Remind them you were a star when you met my ex. What's funny is when I moved into the Surreal Life house, full disclosure, there was a lot of jealousy going on because I was perceived by a lot of the people in the house as still being relevant when they hadn't been in a long time. Does that make sense? And I was in awe because I'm like, wait a minute. You're an international icon. You sold out fucking stadiums of fans and like performed at stadiums. Like, it was so weird to me, and it was palpable, and it was mentioned, like, well, you don't understand because you're still relevant. So when I went on the Surreal Life, that was the general feeling of a lot of cast members, was discomfort that I was still technically new and relevant at the time, and they were not. And I'm glad that I stuck to my guns, because I was like, why does that even matter? I'm like, I think you're all pretty cool. Like, why are we having like a dick sizing contest on who was the most fresh on TV? I don't know what that is. Is that like a chicken story? I don't know. Oh, okay. So the other day, my rooster was chasing around hens. And we have an auto door, and it has this wire that goes to the touchpad. Well, chickens are chickens. So what do? Everything they find, they try to peck it, they try to fuck with it. It's just what chickens do. So these chickens had pulled down the electrical wire because they're idiots. And they're dumb. Okay. Chadwick Giga Jr. chased one of the hens trying to fuck her because she's like, hell no. Hashtag me too, running away from him. And he must have gotten tangled in this wire. Now, my guess, it was for half the day. And I go outside and I'm like, where the fuck is my rooster? And hanging out of one of the green coops, one leg up, wrapped in this wire, just totally accepting of his fate, is my rooster just fucking hanging there. Just hanging there. And I'm like, ah! So I have Matt help me release the roo. And you know, when you're in a position for a long time, you're sore. So he's limping really bad. And I'm like, oh no, I think his leg is broken. And if it's broken, it's curtains for the roo. You know what I mean? The first thing that rooster did, the first thing, was jump on another chicken and have sex with her, even with his bum leg. I was like, hey, I think he's going to be okay. He was like, I think I'll get me some pussy after all that. I was like, okay. And that's when my husband was like, that's a typical dude. Doesn't matter how in pain you are, how bad your day was. If there's vagina at the end of the tunnel, you're taking it. I'm like, of course. So he's fine now. It just took him a couple of days to like walk it off. I just can't believe people are still wearing masks, but whatever. Whatever. You know why? That's your choice. You want to wear a mask? By all means, do it. It's just when you start trying to preach and screech at others on things that have now been proven to be false. That's what really bothers me, is most of the things people were saying that they were like, fact check and all this shit, ended up being true. And I'm deeply disturbed by that. Like, so fucking fundamentally, so deeply in my soul, disturbed by the fact that people unfriended family members and stuff, uninvited them to stuff. Like, it was bad. All based on that bullshit. I don't like it. Okay. Glimmer waterproof eyeliner. Brown chocolate. Let's get in there. There we go. I'm so sick. I fucking never want COVID ever again. It was terrible for me. It was really bad. I have dialysis 3 days a week. Totally. Look, I'm for the science. If I'm sick, it makes sense for me to wear a mask. That makes sense. Because if I'm coughing or just talking, my spittle with the sickness isn't going diddle-doo, diddle-doo, diddle-doo. So I am into science, in fact. If I had to be around people, which I normally don't do it when I'm sick, but if I had to be, I couldn't deny that it makes sense for me to put a mask on to stop my spittle from spreading. Now, if you're scared of my spittle, what sucks is you're going to have holes and stuff, and my spittle's going to go down unless you have a properly fitted, what is it? I want to say C4. It's not C4. NC-17. I forget the name of the mask, but it has to be properly fitted. And that's the only way. And you have to wear goggles. That's the other thing people forget. Like, you need sealed goggles. Because if it's hitting your eyes, it doesn't matter that you have a mask on. N95. There you go. It doesn't matter that you have a mask on. That's what sucks. So when COVID first hit, we had everything we needed. Because we did a deep clean of our home. And we're talking sealed eyewear, all of it. So if you still wear a mask, I highly suggest you wear sealed goggles. Because I feel like you're just torturing yourself for no reason. Because your eyes, dude. Does that make sense? No mask can protect from virus, but so in Japan, in foreign countries, if you go to Korea and stuff, and they have a mask on, that means they're sick. Because I don't know if there's like a news flash that Americans need. Asians are smart, right? That's a stereotype I think most of us can get on board with. They're so smart that colleges discriminated against them. Because they're like, otherwise our colleges would be nothing but you guys. That's how fucking smart you are. So they're like, stop Asian hate unless it's against smart Asians and hate them, hurt them, maim them for being successful. That's what America does, right? Not anymore. Now everyone's mad that we're going to stop torturing Asians at Harvard. I'm not. I think they deserve to be where they need to be, right? But they will all wear masks if they're sick because they don't want to spread the sickness. That makes sense. So if you go to their country and someone's wearing a mask, you stay the fuck away from them because that person's sick. That's what it means. Interesting, right? You got science beyond it from military friends to have proper sealed masks and goggles. That's right. Gotta have the goggles too. So I never understand the half-ass stuff. I'm like, why would you half-ass this? If you're wearing a mask, it's half-assed. So it's for naught. You have to have the goggles too. Like, we made fun of people in bubbles and shit, but not me. I'm like, they have the right idea. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Oh, yeah. My whole body hurt with COVID. But here's the thing. Stop the spread. Once it spread, there was no stopping it, and it was just stupid. When they were like, let's still do contact tracing, I'm like, the whole country has this. Not just the whole country. The entire fucking world. There's something insidious and evil behind what you're doing. Because, I'm sorry. Like, you're pretending that's 10 people out there and we have to trace it to, like, quarantine people. That ain't what's happening anymore. Now there's some weird control thing happening that woke me up out of my slumber, and then I started paying attention to things, and now I'm like, holy shit. Maybe we should Airbnb our cabin instead of selling it. You never know. And go live off grid. Because I looked how much people fucking spend a lot of money on Airbnbs. Have you guys seen that shit? Damn. Make more money doing that than, like, renting it out. It's like, wait a minute. Get rich, bitch. Well, look at what happened in France. The French are always doing that. For real, like my whole life. John Cleese made a great joke. And he said, the French are always having civil wars so they can win one. Meaning the French always lose every war that they're in independently unless they team up with America to take out the Brits. So they have to have civil wars so they could feel like they're winners in something, because otherwise they just lose everything. I was like, okay, that's funny. Aw, happy birthday. Hooray. Look at this. I went for a natural look and it took me way longer than any other look. Isn't that great? This is on sale in my store. This clear eyebrow gel. My right eye just wants to fucking water at all times. It's just like, hey, I'm just gonna water now. I hate it. I hate it. It's so annoying. 2 years? Wait, my niece-in-law hasn't seen her daughter or grandchildren for 2 years because she refuses the shot. That's fucked up. Especially knowing what we know now, to still hold that stance. Like, let's just say I'm into science and the science is changing and it's not the science fault. It changed since then. Okay, whatever. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Why would you still hold the view to not see somebody if they're like, it doesn't matter anymore? Like, why is that still a thing? Why? Right, Tanya? Hey. There is no stone left unturned, and that card is not off the table, because I was looking at numbers, and I'm like, wait a minute. Over a period of this many years, you know, I'm like, Never hurts to look into things. Of trafficking? Nobody cares, Cindy. Think of it this way. Half of our items, if not more, of items in our home are made by actual slaves. Real slaves. Tortured in concentration camps in China and forced to make all these products. Now, the Green New Deal, Joe Biden and everyone like, oh, it's good for the environment. Everyone knows that it will enrich China and have more factories of more horrifically abused human beings that don't get paid and are tortured endlessly to make your solar panels and stuff. And right now Joe Biden's like, good, yes, hurt slaves, human slavery, yes, good. Slavery 250 years ago, bad. Slavery now to benefit the Green New Deal, good. And that's what's happening. Right now. And no one cares. So if you think you're going to get people to give a shit that there are slaves that are for sex, you can't even get the people to give a shit that all our politicians are pushing for a deal to enslave more human beings in China. So I am like very black-pilled on that. People do not care. Not only do they not care, they get angry at you for bringing it up, because they would rather live a life of blissful ignorance and pretend like, oh, I said hello to my neighbor today and I offered to take out their garbage, so I'm a good person. And then that makes them feel very good. But pointing out that they purposely ignore and then vote for and then applaud and then want things like the Green New Deal, which would bring all that more manufacturing to China to torture more human beings, then you're the bad guy, you, for saying the truth. So, I don't know how you do that. Like with the drag queen thing with kids, I'm sorry. Full disclosure, I've been to many drag shows. They're fun. You drink. They're very sexual. It's burlesque. It's like going to see Dita Von Teese do a striptease. It truly is burlesque. Everything's a dick joke. Everything is a dick joke. And then everything is a dick joke. For what fucking reason are people like, oh, bring the dick joke fucking burlesque to kids? We love kids listening about dicks. Like that one video with the big sign that says it won't lick itself. And the drag queens are like, yeah, it won't lick itself. Little kids, lick my dick. Little kids, like, what are you doing? And everyone's like, oh, it's so inclusive. I hate that word. It doesn't mean what everyone says it means. It doesn't mean good things anymore. Isn't that sad? Inclusivity means cultural dominance. It means Marxist cultural dominance. That's it. Inclusivity equals Marxist ideology ushered in through critical race theory and gender theory and all this shit. It's all based in Marxism. Who hated black people? You know, isn't it funny? Like all these Marxists, and I know like brown-skinned Marxists, and I'm like, have you ever read what he thought about people like you? And they're like, Thomas Jefferson was bad, he owned slaves, but Karl Marx hated black people? Yes, good. I'm like, what the fuck? He hated you. You, he hated you. He thought you were like just like a cockroach. Like, what is the selective? And that's why, like, you just cannot depend on human beings to ever do the right thing. Because the same people who wanted to topple statues of our founding fathers are the same people who will uplift the ideology of a man who very publicly said that due to their skin color, they are so far beneath him and disgusting. And they always say, well, you know, Marxism, it just wasn't done right. Well, what's the right way? The way Karl Marx wanted, which is all the brown people don't benefit at all? Is that the right way? Shall we try that? Is that what you want? That must be the only right way. Because if you did it right, you would do it the way he wanted, which is, you know, brown people don't benefit at all because you're beneath him. He even said it. Go read the shit that bro wrote, dude. He was a real dick. Jobless hippie. Fucking jobless hippie. Hey, these eyelashes look really good over here. This is our Love at First Lash. It has microfibers in it. And my eyelashes are hurting. Like I went to the eye doctor. He had to pry open my eyes. All this bad shit's going on. But look, they look real nice. Yep, Mark Zuckerberg admitted that everything they fact-checked and covered ended up being true. Isn't that funny? Everything ended up being true. There we go. Yay! Now I feel good. I feel like my eyes look bright and good and very natural, right? That's nice. Dude, I have been in so much Facebook jail. That's why I'm my locals here. That's why you guys at locals get to see everything I'm saying. Ooh, Lynn, you live in Missouri. I really like Rolla. Rolla, Missouri. Matt and I both rolled through there, and I was like, if I had to live in Missouri, I would live here. You're right, Shay. I could. Transformers with Jose this morning. I heard it's super woke. Have fun, Creative Juice. Also, someone in our family went to see Transformers, and they brought their little kids, right? And they said for 20 minutes before the opening trailers for the movie, it was like, gay, gay, homosexual every moment. Hey kids, pride, gay, gay every moment. Gay, 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 it's gay month. Hey little kids, get together and listen about scissor me timbers and gay. Like, what are you doing? If they had a 20-minute segment, husband and wife, they get together and kiss. It's just a man and a female and no one else, men and women. You don't, that's indoctrination. Because Transformers, no offense, Creative Juice, that's a kid's movie. So for 20 minutes before a kid's movie, you're playing Pride Month shit. What is wrong with you? Every kid is gay, queer, every kid, every moment, every day, every kid is queer. Like, no, they're not. 5% of the whole population on Earth. It's not inclusivity, it's sexuality. You are a pedophile. If you are like, I want to expose this to kids, you're a pedophile. I'm sorry. Case in point. My best friend had a gay uncle, right? She had non-gay family members too. They weren't like, hey kids, he's gay and this is his partner. Every moment they're gay and pride, nothing. They're like, here's Uncle Ben and Mark. We're like, oh hey, a gay couple. And no one was like, every kid gather around and listen. Nothing. It wasn't until we got older we were like, oh. And then there were other like cousins with their partners that were like opposite sex. And we weren't like, oh, they have sex and they kiss. And it just, we didn't care. We're like, oh, they always come here together. Oh, they always come here together. And it was fine. Because you don't have to explain shit like that to kids. Because you're gross. I remember being old enough where like sex and that kind of stuff mattered. I was like, oh, your uncle is gay. I never thought, it just never was a thought I had. They always came together and I loved your uncle and his partner. I thought they were great, but no one sat down the kids to explain the inclusivity of her gay uncle. He was just there and it was fine. Why do all the kids have autism? Why do we all have all these ailments that only Big Pharma can fix? Anybody? Anybody? Has anyone got an answer for this? Because I find it pretty disturbing. Seems to be the ongoing theme is everybody needs Big Pharma. It's the only way. Guys, I sell Avon. Would you like some? This is my Kathy Cat mascara that I'm putting. Hey, Facebook, I'm going to shut her down. I asked a wrong question. It was the wrong question. But y'all are going to get me banned off Facebook. So if it continues, I'm going to have to go. And it's my fault. I shouldn't have said anything. It's me. You guys cannot talk like this on Facebook. I have my locals. You can say anything you want over here. Anything. All over there. No repercussions. I don't get in trouble. My Avon company doesn't get in trouble. I don't know what. It's years of being targeted for saying things on Facebook and no one's learned anything. I feel like it's like someone at a hot stove going, shh, ouch, ouch, ow. That's funny. Medicate, and we'll leave it at that. There you go. Dude, my husband clearly is autistic, and he's fine just the way he is. I don't want him on drugs. None of it. like when I have anxiety, I just learn natural, good ways to like deal with it instead of losing my fucking mind on drugs. I hate drugs. I hate even taking like aspirin and stuff like that. It's just a personal preference to not, I just don't want to be on drugs, you guys. I don't like it. Let's see here. I would like to use something on my lips. I think I'm going to use the Tipsy Drunk Shiny Lip Oil. This is also on sale because I feel like my makeup is so natural. So natural. There's so much crap in here. Look at all of that. I have to get rid of some of my lipsticks that are old. Choose her dad getting married to my mom. Huh? That's another thing. Triggers. Do you know who's responsible for your triggers? It's you. It's not other people. It's not their job. It's no one's job. It is truly only your job to take care of yourself, and that's it. I hate, like, yeah, I have things that trigger me, and that's up to me. I have to fucking deal with that shit. I feel like society has given all the power to narcissists who want you to walk on eggshells around them. Like for me, I find the pronoun thing a way to control everyone around you. You get to correct them, you get to teach them, you get to monitor them, you get to choose something that isn't natural, to be like, oh, I'm a Mimi-wa from the planet Zulu. And if people don't answer to that, and if people don't just assume the obvious with you, you get to scold them and be a narcissistic asshole and have an excuse of why you're going into narcissistic rage. I've read too many books on narcissists and how to deal with them. And I'm like, watching this happen to society, and I'm like, the normalization of narcissism, but hiding it behind identity. And the way these people behave is just like a narcissist in an abusive relationship. It is a control thing. And it makes me sad because I'm like, this is really unhealthy behavior. It is bad. Anyone that's dated a narcissist knows that at any moment you could do the wrong thing and they will fly into a rage. What? Michigan is making laws about them. If you use the wrong one, they'll slam you in jail, forcing everyone. So Michigan is for compelling speech? That's against the Constitution. How can anyone... That's communist. They did that in Soviet Russia. They did that in Mao's China. If you live in Michigan, how are you allowing communism to take over your state? At what point do you rise up and say, our government in Michigan are communists? Compelled speech is what Stalin did. Like, guys, this isn't a little thing. This is a big thing. Michigan needs to rise the fuck up. Otherwise, you might as well be Soviet Russia. That's insane. Holy shit, Michigan is a communist state. Everyone that lives in it must abide by the commie rules. Like, you are a communist state. Dude, it's over. This country's over. Michigan is not blue. Detroit is. Michigan is not blue. Cities are blue. Michigan is not blue. Fucking Hunter City. 5-year prison sentence, $10,000 fine for using wrong pronouns. What? He hurt my feelings. Send him to prison. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? I know someone that forced everyone to call them a girl for 2 years, and now they're a they. So at any time, these people can change things, but you have to go to prison for them having no idea who they are? What the fuck is wrong with Michigan? It's liberal here in Montana. Trans flags flying everywhere. So, and like, I'm looking around, I'm like, who here is, I mean, I haven't seen any ranchers wearing dresses here. I really have not. I've looked. I'm like, where is this? We're done, guys. I think the only answer is to just run away from society because, I mean, we're done. At that point, you just kind of have to accept that America is over. It has been over, but compelled speech like they're doing in commie Canada, wow. Face primer. Well, I highly suggest all of you don't even talk about this shit anymore because the writing's on the wall. Remember when Facebook, this is Match Primer, Face Perfector with sunscreen. Remember when Facebook would punish you for things you said 12 years ago? If Michigan is a full-on communist Stalin Soviet-era state where compelled speech, like your constitution doesn't matter anymore, because all speech is free speech, and hate speech, just not liking mean words, man the fuck up. How about that? Man the fuck up. People say awful shit to me all day on the internet. Man up. Racist, evil, sexist, I'm fine. You'll be fine too. I would highly advise y'all shut up, because I think they're going to come and start slapping people in prison. I mean, that is the logical next step. I know. So, little drunk tipsy lip oil. I'm going to go make more coffee. I don't think we're going to have any breakfast today. So, wow. That bill passed. I don't think Whitmer won. I don't think she won fairly. That's just me. I don't think we've had a real popularity contest in decades. I just don't. There's a reason that Barack Obama's best friends with George Bush and his wife just loves him. There's a reason. They were friends before. Illinois sucks, man. Worst taxes in the world. I can't believe people enjoy that. So crazy. If I shut up, we're doomed. You're already doomed. It's done. It is done. If there are states in America passing laws that you go to prison for mean words, meanwhile our government's stealing all our money laundering it, enriching themselves and giving it to their evil and corrupt friends overseas, but you can't say words, we're done. There's nothing to save. It's over. I'm sorry, guys. Over. Done. New York sucks. Upper New York is gorgeous. It's fortunate that we let these toxic cities that are dirty and filthy and disgusting dictate how everyone lives their lives. Isn't that odd? The people who cause the most pollution scream at you for polluting things. People who don't grow gardens, do nothing at all. They don't even know how to cook. But they want to tell you how to live your life. And they all live on top of each other. And it all smells like poop. You suck? Oh no, I'm gonna die. I suck. What do I do now? This is my makeup for the day. Guys, happy Independence Day if that's what you call this. I don't know what you call this anymore. I don't really think it matters, like red states versus blue states. I think one by one. This is like the one ring, right? Being woke is like the one ring. Oh, shit. Thank you for the 250 stars, Tina. And one by one, we will all fall. Lisa, thank you for the 1776. What the fuck? Amazing. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for tipping your waitress. I just don't see... I don't know, man. It's just our cities. Our cities are the problem. That's it. They provide us nothing. Nothing! But preaching and screeching and activists. I guess they give us activists. Right? Drunk, shiny lip oil. That's what I use. And I just have my mattifying primer on. My face perfector. With a little SPF in it because I think I'm going to go outside. Read my message on Instagram. I'd never even read those. I wonder where it'll be in there. Fireworks, it's my favorite. So I love fireworks too. Can't really set any off here because Montana will light on fire. But guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. Of course I'm going to celebrate. I just, I'm at this point where everyone's like red state, blue state. I don't think the parties exist. Cindy, thank you for the 250 stars. Thank you. I don't think there are Democrats and Republicans. I think it's just a front, I think it's all bullshit. Damn, I didn't know that about Michigan. That's fucking crazy. Happy 4th to you. Thank you for the 500 stars, Heidi. Andrea, thank you for the 250 stars. What the fuck are you guys smoking? What is going on? I'm like, hey, I'm going to go live my life. Have a happy 4th of July. And everyone's like, here's our money. Thank you for the money. Much appreciated. I live in Michigan. I am freaking out. I'm going to have to go read about that. That is, that's dangerous and it's communist. And I can't, did you guys vote on it? Or they just strong arm some bill? So, oh yeah, they all get acting lessons. All the politicians are liars. There is no Democratic Party or Republican Party. They're the same thing. It's all bullshit and it's bad for you. But I will go read up on that Michigan law. I can't believe you people allowed that. That is a slippery slope. 310 stars. Tara, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know if my husband's going to stream today, but I guess we'll see. And I don't think it passed yet. Let's hope it doesn't. Let's hope it doesn't. I will go look it up. But guys, happy 4th of July, man. It used to mean something. Maybe one day it will again. I don't know. I feel the pendulum. Oh, Jesus, 1,000 stars. Magda Musk. Holy shit. I never get notifications about you on Facebook, but I do on locals. Well, Kitty, I'm glad you're on my locals. I dual stream. I got my locals camera here, my Facebook camera there. And a lot of the punished people from Facebook go to my locals because they get notifications and they can say whatever they want and not get in trouble. So my hubs listened this morning. He loves your realness. Well, hello, husband. Yeah, freedom and independence from the Brits, but not from our own government. They were supposed to be small government. And that's why I say that they're all on the same side, right? Because you have like DeSantis, oh, I'm anti-woke and shit, but he's 100% for big government. Which means he's not really a conservative. Think about that. Conservatives are supposed to be like no government. But then every Republican's like, more government. So how are they Republican? They aren't. They're all on the same team. Shanna, thank you for the 310 stars. I really appreciate it. That's the way I see things. But I'm still going to celebrate that we kicked King George's ass, because fuck that guy. You guys go enjoy your barbecues, and I will see you guys really soon. Thank you for all the tips. I really appreciate it. And thank you for my locals people. And my link to shop is in my About Me section. So if you feel like shopping today, I missed some stars. Let's see. I'm going to go through them all. Tina, Lisa, Cindy, Heidi, Andrea, Tara, Magda, Scott Green, and Shanna. Now I got them all. Thank you, you guys. Thanks. Thanks for money. Do a dance for you. I'm in my husband's shirt, if you were wondering. It's just a great nightgown. It's really big. Like, if I wanted to, I could off-shoulder it. It's massive. Makes me feel like I'm in my dad's shirt growing up. Only it's my husband, and he's a huge beast. I'll see you guys later.